Welcome back to another episode of Drivers4Drivers. I'm Francis Hamm.
I'm Ken Cox.
I'm Kenny Kuntz.
And we are
Drivers for Drivers.
Behind the scenes, we have Arnell.
Hello, my name's not really Arnell.
So last week we had talked about changing temperatures. And that kind of brought up some stuff that we're going to go back to basics just a little bit. So like during orientation, it's brought up that we follow what's on the BOL and that kind of stuff. And so there's been scuttlebutt around the industry about temperature changing and all that fun stuff. And
Well, it's a pretty good possibility if you run the temp at the wrong temp. We're going to be buying a load.
So wait, what do you mean by that? So like if I pull up to, I don't know, let's say I pull up to a shipper and I back in and they set it at 20. So like the yard dog or, the warehouse fellers come out and they set it at 20 and then they go and do their business. And then, I don't know, I get loaded and then I start going down the road. But then I realize like my temperature on my BOL says to run it at 77 degrees and they put it at 42 degrees. Is that the discrepancy? Even though
That's a pretty big discrepancy.
that's huge.
That's right.
But Kenny, the shipper did it. The shipper told me to run it at 20 degrees.
Well, first thing you should do is call your dispatch
Okay.
to verify that. And if the BOLs say that, that's what you want to run it at. Yeah. BOLs are normally the go-to on them. But at some times of the year, especially during the summer times when it's hot, they may pre-cool a lot colder temp, and you'll have you run it at that because they're loading the stuff hot. And then they'll have you change it 12 hours later to the temp they want it run at because it just takes so long to get that unit down to the temp they want. It seems to get down there a little quicker at a lower temp.
You bet.
When in doubt, DM it out.
Yes.
That'd be driver manager.
Driver manager, get a hold of your driver manager if there's a discrepancy.
Triple, double, check.
You bet. And, something else that I've seen in the past, when you go up to your reefer unit and you're setting the temperature, they're all digital now, and they both, or all the units, have Fahrenheit and Celsius, and need to make sure that you're on the Fahrenheit if you're running the temperatures, unless you are loading in Canada, and we don't load in Canada. So make sure that you're on the right thing, because there's a big difference if you're talking, 32 degrees in Celsius and 32 degrees in Fahrenheit.
I believe we still run Carrier and Thermo King, don't we?
We do.
So know your unit as well. Know how it operates. Another YouTube is great for stuff like that. Yeah.
Or come to the yard or call me or Bri. We can walk you through those steps as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. What if we drop a trailer? What are our procedures there? I know we put the BOLs in the inspection door. Let's see, I'm just pulling up to the yard. I need to grab a different trailer. Like what are we doing there?
Well, a couple things that we need to make sure of before we're dropping it. Make sure the tires are aired up. Make sure they're in good shape, because the next person coming along is definitely going to have a load on it to take off. Or once they unload it and reload it, it'll be the same thing. We need to make sure there's fuel. We need to be 3/4 or better on fuel, because if they do start the unit, we need to have fuel to run that unit. And then it's always good to do a real quick open the doors, take a look at it, make sure the belts and everything are in there, everything is right, looks good, close her up.
Leave the BOLs, please.
Yeah, leave the BOLs. Look at the trailer number. Let's make sure that it's the right trailer you're picking up.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be fun. Halfway across the country, and you're like, oh no.
Make sure that all the POs you're sent are on the BOLs you're given. Yeah, that's a big one too.
Perfect.
Yep. When you're reviewing the BOL, since we're talking BOLs, pretty much it tells you everything about that entire load. Where you're picking it up, where you're going to, what the temperatures need to be, what's basically on the load. It may be 20 boxes or it may be 480 boxes.
The weight.
Yeah, the weight, everything's pretty much on there. So
Any discrepancy, please reach out.
Yep, for sure.
For sure.
Closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Yeah, I just want to mention on the dropping, make sure you're dropping on a pad.
Yep.
Don't just drop it in the mud or the dirt when you're loaded, because they will sink.
Even asphalt,
Even asphalt,
brand new asphalt, old asphalt, down it'll go.
especially if it's, the longer it's there, the more it'll sink.
Yep, no, that's right. I'd like to thank all of our professional drivers out there. You know, driving is not an easy job. There's a lot that goes into it, not only with the equipment, the truck and the trailer, but like we were talking, the bill of ladings and working with shippers and receivers and getting that product moved from point A to point B. You got a lot of things you got to go through and make sure it's right, and you do an amazing job. So thank you for everything that you're doing. Keep it up. You know, my hat's off to you for sure. For sure. Appreciate everything that you do.
Keep a safe distance. Winter's coming. You don't know what these guys are going to be doing. You know, they could lose control. Give yourself time to be able to get away from it.
Thanks for making the better move. See you next time.
See ya.
See ya.